Hi, I'm James Gergen, and today I'll be talking to you about liability and disasters, PAD 4391. So, who has responsibility during a disaster? The local, state, and federal levels assume specific roles and duties within the four phases of emergency management. First phase being mitigation, which includes any activities that prevent an emergency, reduce the chance of an emergency happening, or reduce the damaging effects, and this happens before an emergency occurs. Preparedness is the second phase, and it includes plans or preparations made to save lives and to help response and rescue operations. This also takes place before an emergency. Response is the third phase, and it includes actions taken to save lives and prevent further property damage in an emergency situation. This is putting your preparedness plans into action. This takes place during an emergency. Recovery is the final phase, and it includes actions to return to a normal or an even safer situation following the emergency. So, obviously, this takes place after. The goal of EM or emergency management is to provide protection from all hazards for citizens, properties, and governments within the U.S. An effective emergency management seeks to find a functional approach to emergencies, cooperation planning, appropriate use of resources, and responsibilities within the three levels of government. Liability. Emergency management law in the U.S. is rooted in all three levels of government: federal, state, and local. With all three types, legal responsibility may result in liability. This is the essential nature of emergencies and disasters, because if something is going wrong or this is the essential nature of emergencies and disasters, is that something is going wrong or is about to go wrong. Not every bad choice can be prevented, but with close involvement with legal counsel in all phases of an emergency management, situation may be improved. One of these goals or methods is litigation mitigation, and has three goals: reduced exposure to legal claims, improves life safety, and enhanced property protection. An example of liability is negligence, which arises from failure to perform a specific government duty. Some protections from liability. Avoidance of liability requires a proactive partnership with legal advisors that runs through all phases of emergency management. In mitigation, revising fire and building codes to address local hazards can mean a less severe effect from a disaster. Before a disaster strikes, an attorney can help draft plans, evaluate training standards, and monitor for potential legal issues. Some immunities, a different type of protection. Immunity under state law: acts must be within the employer's scope of employment, and immunities under federal law, which has two types: government function, which protects long-established government activities, and discretionary action, which protects government employees at the policy level. Thank you, and I appreciate your time.